Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, we're looking at a new psalm, Psalm 4, and actually we believe it follows Psalm 3 in the sense that it is written by David during the same period of time when he was fleeing from his son Absalom. And Absalom had led an insurrection against him to take over the kingdom. David is now in his older years, and he's facing the greatest trial of his life. And many consider Psalm 3 a mourning psalm. Notice in chapter 3 where he said, I laid down and slept. I awoke, for the Lord sustained me. So he tells about he's waking up in the morning. This is the morning after the insurrection. He's crossed the Jordan River, and the Lord took care of him during the night, and he awakes, and this is his morning psalm, his cry to the Lord. And many believe Psalm 4 to be an evening psalm. An evening psalm. David's getting ready now after things have settled down a little bit. Maybe a few days have passed. Absalom didn't pursue him, as you understand what took place there in Jerusalem. He was told, well, if you right now take after your father, he'll be like a cornered bear or animal, and he'll fight, and it'll be a terrible, terrible fight, and so don't do it. So Absalom waited to pursue his dad, and so maybe a few days have passed, things have settled down, and David now is writing Psalm 4, because we know the psalm begins and has the title, To the Chief Musician with Stringed Instruments, a Psalm of David. So we believe, again, it was probably Psalm 4 is an evening psalm. I both lie down in peace and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me to dwell in safety. So David is thinking of the Lord all the time, like we should be. Well, let me read it for the entire psalm. I think it just goes right together, the entire psalm, and then we'll have some comments about it the next couple days. And so David, again, is in this midst of trial and tribulation, and he cries out, Hear me when I call, O God of my righteousness. You have relieved me in my distress. Have mercy on me and hear my prayer. How long, O you sons of men, will you turn my glory to shame? How long will you love worthlessness and seek falsehood? Selah. But know that the Lord has set apart for himself him who is godly. The Lord will hear when I call to him. Be angry and do not sin. Meditate within your heart on your bed and be still. Selah. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in the Lord. There be many who say, Who will show us any good? Lord, lift up the light of your countenance upon us. You have put gladness in my heart, more than in the season that their grain and their wine increased. I will both lie down in peace and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Boy, again, it's amazing how a lot of Psalms begin with a cry for help. And you'll read this over and over again as you go through the 150 Psalms. Many of them, a cry for help, a cry in desperation. I'm in terrible straits. I'm facing terrible trial right now. I'm depressed. I feel like no one cares for me. And they begin with, like this one, Hear me when I call. Oh God, you have relieved me in my distress. And actually the word relieved there is enlarged me in my distress. Have mercy on me and hear my prayer. So like you see David, and again facing this tremendous trial, but then the psalm ends with this proclamation of trust. I will both lie down in peace and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Did you get that over and again throughout the Psalms? So we cry to the Lord, and I mean, it's not long. If we really are trusting him, we sense his peace in our life. Makes me think of that verse in Philippians 4:6. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God that passes all understanding will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. That's for us today. And I trust if you're facing a trial today, you're going through a difficult time, you will believe, even in the midst of the trial, the Lord will enlarge you. He'll enlarge your borders, your trust, your faith, your hope in him. It's good that I've been afflicted, that I might learn your statutes, the psalmist said in 119. Well, God bless, and you have a wonderful day as you trust the Lord today. God bless.